Hello again, my name's Gabe Zolna. I want you to stop and ask yourself a question. Who's right and who's wrong between Barack Hussein Obama and the leader of Syria, Bashar al-Assad? Well, I can't answer that question, but I can tell you that Bashar al-Assad supports Christians in this country. And I can tell you that based on all of Barack Hussein Obama's actions, he doesn't support Christians. Guess who's a Christian? Vladimir Putin is a Christian. Might that be why he's so supportive of Bashar al-Assad? Because Vladimir Putin knows how Bashar al-Assad treats Christians in his country? You know what's amazing? We've got this mass human migration that's taking place. And all these people, these refugees, are leaving their country because they're being pushed out by ISIS insurgents that are slaughtering them. Why don't we go push out the ISIS insurgents and allow the refugees to remain in their own countries? Wouldn't that make a whole lot more sense? You have to be out of your mind not to understand and not to see what Obama's agenda is, has been, and will continue to be. It's to destroy the American way of life. None of what's going on right now throughout the Middle East and throughout Europe and what's happening to our country here wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for what Obama has set in motion to destroy our country. How is it that people allow this to continue? How is it that no one does anything about it? You know, they talk about articles of impeachment. That only works for a president. We've got a guy at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue that can't throw a baseball, that's an absolute homosexual, living with a transgender, doesn't have a valid birth certificate, doesn't have a valid Social Security card, doesn't have a valid military draft card. And we're allowing him to continue playing president. Congress has an obligation. The obligation that Congress has is to protect the American people. And they're not doing it. Congress needs to order the Sergeant of Arms to put together a military force, drag that floppy-eared, crack-smoking, Sunni Islamic extremist Muslim Arab out of the White House, along with Michael. And those two children need to be put into custody. They need to be looked after because they have to have major issues. They can't help but know that Michael's a Michael. But this isn't about Michael. This is about our Congress allowing this insanity to continue. Barack Hussein Obama wants to give hundreds of billions of dollars to a country that's on the terrorist list, the #1 country on the terrorist list, who have sworn the destruction of both Israel and the United States. Do you not think there's something mentally wrong with someone that wants to do that? I sure as hell do. We have no idea who he is. We have no idea why those scars are crisscrossing all over the back and side of his head. What we do know is what he's done and what he's doing. And what he's done and what he's doing is destroying our country and much of Europe now and much of the Middle East. There's a game changer that's taking place. Vladimir Putin has put military, Russian military, into Syria to help Bashar al-Assad. Do you have any idea what would happen if an American drone kills Russian soldiers in Syria? This is a definite game changer. It's too bad we don't have a real leader in Congress. It would take one congressional representative, one, to stand up and demand that all the documents that the chosen one hid when he signed his first executive order be released. How is it that we should not know who's in the Oval Office? And what we do know is he's not eligible, based on all that we do know. It's totally and completely insane. You know, I've got close to 9,500 videos online. And you know, one constant? Nothing's changed. Absolutely nothing has changed. You still have that jackass, lame brain Johnny McCain. You got that worthless senator, Jeffrey the Flake. You got that mentally deranged Nancy Pelosi. You got that whacked out Harry Reid. I could go on, but what's the point? Do you not see what's going on in this country? Folks, he's not going to leave. He can't leave. He knows what would happen if he did leave. Why do you think there isn't a strong Democratic contender? Hillary is going down the tubes. They just finished saying that all those documents that she says she's deleted, looks like they haven't been deleted. Who has 30,000 personal emails? 30,000. I've been making videos 24/7 for the last 32 months. I don't have anywhere near those many emails that I've generated, that my viewers have sent me. Think about 30,000 emails that she says she deleted that were personal. Can we believe anything she says? Can we believe anything Bill says? I just read an article where what they've done with their foundation was also illegal. They took tax-exempt status for AIDS and for HIV support, and they requested funding for HIV and AIDS support in Haiti. They weren't tax-exempt. They didn't have tax-exempt approval. The only tax-exempt approval that they had was for Bill to build his lousy foundation and his library. That's what they had approval for. They never had approval to do what they were doing, collecting hundreds of millions of dollars that they ended up using for themselves, writing it off their taxes. Why do you think there's nobody of any real value running? You don't think Obama knows the answer to that question? He absolutely does. And anyone that's awake should also know. He can't leave. His life depends on it. You think not? Think what you like. As far as I'm concerned, you're not thinking. You couldn't be thinking. I don't blame my fellow citizens. I blame our Congress. I blame these congressional representatives like that jackass Jeffrey the Flake that voted along with Obama. They voted They approved what Obama wants to do with the Iranian nuclear deal. So did that whacked out Lindsey Graham from South Carolina. He voted for it as well. Who in their right mind would vote to give a country that's on the they're number one on the list of terrorist countries? Who in their right mind would lift the sanctions? None of them are in their right mind. Jeffrey the Flake Flake was a congressman for 10 years. And now he's a big shot senator who travels the world. Doesn't do shit for the people in Arizona, but does it for himself. You want to bet his bank account has grown dramatically recently? Folks, please, wake the hell up. Please, wake the hell up. Thanks for listening, but please, wake the hell up.